Mr. Sourav Das, Group Chief and Digital IT, Rupa and Company. Mr. Kripadyuti Sarkar, Group CIO-Ambuja Neotia. Ms. Minal Bhagat, Co-founder, Ensonic Computech. Mr. Sanjeev Sinha, President, IT and Digitization-India Power Corporation. And Mr. Siddharth Sinhal, Associate Vice President, Smart Manufacturing, Cimcon Digital and Megatherm ITS. You can sit anywhere. No, it's fine. You can sit it. Let's give the chance to others to identify Pehchan Kaun. Anyway, to start with, it is not a traditional case study. So there is a problem every day we are facing in our organization. Like organization encounter the regular problem on how to secure network and data in the AI-driven world. So we are talking about get into AI or artificial intelligence or intelligent transformation. So let me introduce that why we have chosen this topic. So let me brief about the topic. Cybersecurity is more important than ever before. As government, we have listened from the government, and enterprises are increasingly reliant on digital technologies. The increasing sophistication of cyber threats, the growing number of connected devices, and the expanding attack surface all contribute to the challenge of securing the cyber world. To start with, Sourav, if I can ask, what are the key challenges you face with the innovation and evolving nature of threats?
Good evening, everyone. So to answer that question, I think first thing is the very rapid growth in terms of data and the complexity in today's world. I mean, AI, it's very easier said than done. I mean, there's a lot that goes into artificial intelligence. I mean, when we deal with, let's say, if you look from supply chain perspective, we are looking at, let's say, 15 brands, and within each brand we are looking at so many different products, so many different styles, so many different SKUs, and then we are looking at the data for each one of them and how to get meaningful information out of it. Then if we look at a geographical spread, we are looking at, let's say, more than 1 lakh retailers across, where we are looking at secondary sales. And all this data will come and give the meaningful insight. And securing that whole piece, it's a mammoth task. So I think the rate at which things are growing in terms of complexity, in terms of the different models, I mean, AI, as I said, I mean, the mathematical part of it, the statistical part of it is a simpler part. But getting this, our hands around this, the overall scheme of things is the bigger challenge. And finally, when we are very busy with all these things, at times cybersecurity takes a backseat. I mean, people are more interested in business outcomes rather than, saying that, no, wait, first we need to secure and then we need to look at outcomes. I mean, this is common human psychology.
Let's hear from Mr. Sanjeev. You are giving your example what you are facing daily. I request that, yeah?
Yeah.
Sanjeev.
Yeah. So let's understand. Thank you for inviting me. Let's understand when we talk about the innovation part, while the risk is very high and the risk is becoming more and more because of the innovative nature, the protection also has to be one step ahead of the risk. So when you have something like AI powered, which is a very good way of actually protecting yourself, because it can foresee, it can predict some of the malicious things, and then you can protect yourself. But at the same time, it has to be ahead of the malicious risks, which are also equally innovative in nature. So they are also innovative, and we have also, the protection also has to be innovative. Now, I work in an industry which deals not only with IT, but with OT also, operational technology. And therefore, I'm involved in, and we have to take the protection at both the levels, IT as well as this. So IT is more exposed, and therefore the AI powered things actually helps. OT relatively, not in all cases, but relatively is isolated, and therefore some of the risks are slightly less. But nevertheless, the risk is there, and this being an essential part of the services, the risk actually poses a big risk there also. And because of the innovation of the risk there, we have to take the protection ahead of the risk there. Only then we stand protected.
Right, Sanjeev. Minal, what your experience speaks?
So I am actually coming from a very different background, which is absolutely education. So when you talk about AI in education, the national education policy itself shares that almost people need to get skilled in that. So the basic problem to counter these challenges which we all are facing is to educate the teachers first. So ideally the NEP talks about enabling the teachers in that policy. So if we can have teachers learning this, I'm sure the filtration down is much faster. So that is one of the biggest solution I would look at it rather than the challenge. So focusing on the solution part, I see skill as a major issue.
Yes, you are absolutely right. So Kripadyuti, you can share your experience in your Ambuja Neotia industry. Yeah.
Certainly, thank you for inviting me here. So just all these panelists already shared their experience. Most of those are common with me as well. But I'm just, giving us some insights of this AI. So advent of AI, every day we are encountering 500 AIs in my sector of real estate, where designing and architecture, every day there is an innovation of the AI. But the problem here is the AI is this trained model. Which are the data they trained off? That is also some challenges with us, because we are the user community consuming this as a Bible, but not surely how they train, because in a same school we can train a good person also with the same sets of data. With using defective use of learning tool, we can also get the yield bad results. So that's the one thing. And second, which Sourav already touches, the perimeter every day increases. Even after this lockdown, my home is right now office. So everywhere we are increasing the perimeter of the network. So my security bandwidth also increasing exponentially. So we have to equip. So in one hand, we have to be cautious about what AI tools we are using. And secondly, we have to also embrace those AI as a technology, because otherwise manpower cannot control this exponential growth of the perimeter. Yeah. So it is a challenge between both hands, leverage the best out of it, and also sensitive about the risk.
Wonderful. Siddharth, you run a company like you are into chip industry. You develop the chip for AI and many machine learning, all things. Okay. Can you share your experience in just 2 minutes?
So, if you talk about everything is depend on every data is getting transferred on the cloud. In my company, we transfer 20 million of data, MB of data in every 10 seconds. I work with a lot of cement industry, steel industry, everywhere they talk about, we are very, scared about the data is getting on the cloud, because, it can be, a problem. So we have to educate them. Now it's a lot of security tools has already been come that everything is on the cloud. You do online transaction, everything is on the cloud. So that has been a really challenge, that the people are not accepting that the data should go on the cloud, and that's why they are very reluctant to expand toward the artificial intelligence, because AI ML depends on historian data. If everything is not captured in a proper way and analytics, you cannot able to give the right results. So that challenges we face.
Yeah. So Siddharth, if you can also share, I will start from you. What are the complexity of AI systems?
So capturing the data which is very positive that is the most complexity in a right way. We have developed the sensors which are edge computing. Now what is edge computing? That the computing happens real time. We are the real time manufacturers of collecting the data, computing on the edge, then send it on the cloud. It is not like what we have already done and then computing happens on the cloud. So that's the AI. There are a lot of companies who do that, just collection of the data, but we are not, what classification of data is important.
Wonderful. Yeah, you are right. Mr. Sarkar.
I already stated something. So we need this AI. Every day there is coming into onboarded few of the AI tools on the market. So we need some of the certification or credential check by some of the authority who can actually give some credit score to those AIs based on the either feedback or the testing, or some testing lab should have tested this beforehand, other than the owner or publisher of that particular AI? Because otherwise, blindfoldedly trusting a AI just to adopt AI, because there are few user communities which are every day, as a CIO, I'm facing challenge every day, say there is an AI which actually make my life easy. I'm not sure with how they confirmed whether it is making their life easy or they are just under the illusion. So that's one thing, that there should be some of the governing body who should actually vetted those AI before even they are ready to consume.
You are right. Sourav.
So I think before the business side of things where we use AI, we should also use AI on the defense side of things. So when we are protecting our endpoints, when we are protecting our perimeter, in that defense also AI should be there. That's one. And secondly, as Kripa also mentioned, I think there should be some kind of a security rating on all the AIs that we keep on, because today it's becoming more like a commodity. Everyone is consuming it.
Yeah, Sanjeev.
Yeah, so, AI systems work based on the past data. So one of the major complications or complexities is that if the past data is not correct, sometimes the past data also has been maliciously inserted just to mislead the AI systems. Then your results will also be misled. Okay, so that's a very complex one, because then in that case your AI system has to be trained even to understand that the malicious nature of the past data there. Then it will work very well. Okay, so that's very important. Second complexity, which often becomes a complexity, is the lack of trained manpower in this area, because this is a slightly newer area and there are very few such trained people who can handle such security level, trained people. So skill level, as Minal had also mentioned, is actually affecting industry in a very big way.
You're right. Minal.
I feel it is very simple. Problem hai to solution hai. This is all I understand. So hum kis liye baithe hain? We all are here to do what? We have to find a solution. Yeah, so solve the problem. So I personally feel cybersecurity and data are the two biggest changes which are happening. AI लीजिए, ML लीजिए, blockchain, IAM, whatever you use, these are all your tools which needs to be used to address it in whatever format. If we want to address them, all we need is चोर से आगे चोर का दिमाग चलना चाहिए. So we need to understand in advance what is coming, and we need to learn, need to train, need to get skilled, need to be ready to face it. If we do that, we can handle it very powerfully.
So before I ask you, give some real example which has happened in your office or organization. So let me, you have to think of to share your real example. So I will request some audience to ask some question if they have, because the CIOs, CTOs are there. If you are as a solution partner, you might have some encounter with some problem. Can you ask, we can take 2 or 3 questions. Anyone raise the hand? Or they don't want to, they are scared for asking the question to the CIOs. Don't worry, it is a public platform. You can ask the question. The whole event is live. Mansi, can you raise their hand? Can anyone help with the mic? Your regular problem. Hope they will have a solution for that.
Anything specifically, Kripadyuti, you are doing for ZTNA?
You want some specific answer, or how I look it?
Definitely. After that, I will go and approach you. That is why.
You just shoot 2 questions together.
Yeah.
It will answer me better. So, is there any second part of the question?
Yes.
What is that?
Just first part you answer. The second part will be coming.
So answer is yes.
The second part will be definitely the appointment from your side. Okay. So I mean.
No, actually, so from the security side, yes. On zero trust or what you said, certainly it is look forward to. Everybody is apprehending that we try to become. It's a catch-22. So it's a cat and mouse race. So you're right, rightly pointed out, as a CIO, everywhere it's my top priority agenda to be a zero trust organization for me, because we are also in healthcare. So healthcare data is most of the privacy data. And now answering to your second question, it is very difficult propositions to me to find out a particular specific solutions. Because what for me in a zero trust for understanding, as far my knowledge goes, so we have to have a kind of a collaborative approach. Suddenly we had an allied presentation. They said that we are actually engulfing 30 security partners to protect ourselves. So that's where I'm coming to. So we are actually want to have a layer like a bus layer where everybody as a security partner should be present there, and we are protected as a perimeter. So it's like so that like a virus, everybody is vaccinated kind of a scenario.
Wonderful. So any more question from the partner side? If there is no question from partner,
can I ask some question to the partner?
Yes,
or CP?
why not?
Okay.
Please.
So
If you will
I
not
had a
ask
question
question, they
because
will
you
ask the
are
question.
running out of time, so you just move away. So I have a question to CP on a video analytics part in real estate. We have a huge requirement on the ESG one, and second one on the ESG part on a carbon footprint, and second is on the security, because security stringent statutory is forming now by the government of India. So in both these cases, your camera analytics, video analytics can yield me a kind of a alert system, so that if there is some of the breaches on the ESG or some of the breaches on the security, we can get alerted and we can monitor it very well. But your presentation does not showcasing anything there. This is the first question. Second question, you have showcased the camera reading the number plate. Every time I have seen any presentation from any of your software partner like you are never showing something on the motorcycle. And in my mall, I have a city center 1, city center 2, we are operating 5 malls. Most of the commute through the motorcycle only. So if my NGAV is not working for a motorcycle, so only car is not sufficing, only 30% of my population. So these two answer, please response.
And one more from my side is that you showed facial recognition. Can you do a in-motion facial recognition, not detection?
Actually, in brief, I just want to...
Can you stand, please?
In brief, I just want to tell you regarding ANPR and facial recognition. So, if you talk about the motorcycle, it's not only the motorcycle, now we are working on the rickshaw number plate too. So
you should have presented there, because I think slides are more than 2 years old.
Just giving you the live example. If you go and query to the Kolkata police,
and then please contact my tomorrow or day after tomorrow morning, Monday or Tuesday, because I need it.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll take it like offline. So can you give one example? I will take up later. Or you want to share?
Yes,
please.
I'm just going to give some example. Mr. Kusumakar was there. He has deployed a whole lot of facial recognition camera and ANPR camera. I think...
he just left.
He left. So in Kolkata police, now, for Kolkata police it's easier to capture motorcycle, easier to capture vehicle, as well as they are working to capture the rickshaw number plate. So in Lal Bazar, if you visit, so in gates, there are a whole lot of face recognition camera installed. So
achievement should be transposed into the present.
Right.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful. So it is good that you gave the right answer. If you can give me one example, you have encountered some kind of security breach or network data in the AI-driven. If you have something, can you share? 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Network breach by a user, enthusiast HR user using some of the survey tool to survey on the employee, finally compromise with all the data.
Wonderful. Siddharth.
No, actually they have chosen some of the AI tool from the open source, and they just consume, they have uploaded all the employee data. Finally, after 1 day, I am getting mail from N number of employees having their blood group shared with many of the competitions.
Siddharth, can you share?
So I have one experience into the cement industry. They have not used the proper certification between the cloud and the data transfer. So that's the biggest loophole which I have seen in they have used a local sensors. They have taken the immediate decision to adopt the AI/ML, and they face the consequences.
Wonderful. Sourav.
So data that's put up on a statutory website, and it gets siphoned out from there.
Okay, Sanjeev.
Statutory, mind you.
Yeah, I know. But you don't want to give any example on your organization. Okay, Sanjeev will say.
No major breach reported, but one thing I would like to highlight, I talked about IT and OT, which is both are very important here. We have kept the OT air gapped, okay, and that is because we anticipated a lot of problems, and fortunately there has not been any problem because of the obvious reasons.
Good. Minal.
So I have no major breaches, but personally my phone got hacked.
Wonderful.
That's what happened with me. And when it got hacked, 2-3 people paid money also. And honestly speaking, sir was here from the IPS. I had taken the help of cybercrime department, and they really helped me very well. This last point of Aadhaar authentication, which they said, it was very important because per day a person can take away 10,000 rupees from your Aadhaar bank account. So that was something which I came to know, and after that I started doing a lot of protection. So the protection starts from me first.
Wonderful. So thank you. You have given a wonderful input. So I have a different key takeaway. So securing network and data security is the AI-driven world is a complex and challenge task. AI-powered applications and systems are increasingly being used in all aspects of our lives, from healthcare to finance to transportation. This increased reliance and AI has led to an increased risk of cyber attacks. So thank you very much for joining the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.